Let's talk about something many people quietly wonder, but rarely say out loud. You know that moment when you're listening to different pastors, different churches, different doctrines, and suddenly someone says, the Seventh Day Adventist Church is the true church, or this is the only end-time remnant church. And right there, a big question drops into your heart. Is that really true? Today, let's unpack that slowly, honestly, and in a way that feels natural, like we're sitting together and talking. So imagine this like a calm, reflective conversation. No pressure, no attacking, no drama, just understanding. Many people who ask this question aren't trying to argue, they just want clarity. They want to know where truth really stands and whether they're supposed to join a specific denomination to be saved or whether God works more broadly than that. So let's start with something simple and very real. Human beings love certainty. We love knowing that we're in the right place. That's why many churches claim they are the true ones. It gives people identity, structure, and spiritual confidence. Adventists are not unique in this. Catholics believe they carry apostolic continuity. Baptists emphasize biblical authority in conversion. Pentecostals focus on spirit-led revival. Everyone has a reason why they feel their branch represents something special. Now, what do Adventists themselves teach? They believe they are the remnant church described in Revelation, those who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus. For them, keeping the Sabbath on the seventh day, following certain prophetic interpretations, and holding to specific health and lifestyle teachings are signs of being that end-time group. So, from inside their belief system, the Seventh Day Adventist Church isn't just another denomination. It's a church with a special mission, a special message, and a prophetic identity. But here's where the bigger picture comes in. Does claiming to be the true church actually make a church the true church? Or does God look deeper than names, banners, and labels? Think about this. From the beginning of the Bible to the end, God never once said salvation would come through joining a particular earthly institution. Jesus didn't say, follow the group with the best doctrines, or follow the organization that interprets prophecy the most accurately. He said something simpler, cleaner, and deeper. Follow me. He didn't tie people to a denomination, he tied them to himself. And when you really meditate on that, something becomes clear. No human organization can carry the full perfection of God. Every denomination, Adventist, Catholic, Baptist, Pentecostal, has strengths, weaknesses, blind spots, and beautiful truths. Even Adventists will admit their church isn't perfect. They struggle with internal disagreements, differences in interpretation, cultural variations, and human leadership, just like everyone else. So when someone asks, is the Seventh-day Adventist Church the true church? A more helpful question might be, does this church teach things that help me grow spiritually? Does it lead me closer to Christ? Does it align with Scripture? Does it feed my soul? For many people, the Adventist Church does exactly that. They appreciate the emphasis on health, the strong Bible teaching, the community focus, and the clarity about prophecy. Others feel spiritually starved there, or pressured, or overwhelmed by the lifestyle expectations, and they find themselves growing more freely in other Christian communities. That doesn't mean one church is false and another is true. It simply means God works differently with different people. Here's something important you don't hear often. Truth is not a brand name. Truth is a person, and that person is Jesus. If you walk into a building where people genuinely love God, follow Christ, seek righteousness, and aim to live by Scripture, you're standing in a place God can use. Whether it's Adventist or not doesn't limit God's power. Now, does the Seventh-day Adventist Church have unique teachings? Absolutely. Do they believe they have a special prophetic mission? Yes. Do they see themselves as the remnant? Yes. But believing something about your identity is different from proving it. And it doesn't automatically make every other church outside your circle spiritually lost. In the Bible, God always had a faithful group, but they were faithful because of their hearts, not because their denomination's name was on a signboard. Even in Revelation, the remnant are defined by character and devotion, not membership cards. So here's a very honest and balanced view. The Seventh Day Adventist Church can be a wonderful place to find spiritual depth, serious Bible study, community, and a sense of purpose. Many people feel at home there and believe strongly in its teachings. Others feel spiritually starved there, or pressured, or overwhelmed by the lifestyle expectations, and they find themselves growing more freely in other Christian communities. That doesn't mean one church is false and another is true. It simply means God works differently with different people. So is the Seventh-day Adventist Church the true church? If you ask Adventists, they'll say yes. If you ask other denominations, they'll say no. But if you ask God, the real answer is this. The true church is made of people who follow Christ sincerely, no matter where they sit on Saturday or Sunday. And maybe that's the most comforting answer of all.